It's week 7 of the 2023 season, and our focus is on Jerome Baker. He's coming off the bye week, ready to return to the field. It's the Falcons and the Texans, next on EA Sports.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gordon along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they come in pretty desperate here for a win as they've started the year 0-5.
And it seems way too early to start talking about hot seats, but guess what? When a team is 0-5, people start wondering about their jobs.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. Orchestrating the offense will be their versatile quarterback, the Hawaii native, Oregon Duck product. Of course, that's Marcus Mariota.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Mariota. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask him.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Mariota. He sets to fire deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. A first carry for Tyler Algier, brought down at the 20.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Mariota's throw taken in by London. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we...
Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception from the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out and They gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And it's good enough for a Houston first down. The Texans at 0-5, just a dismal start to the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Jordan. And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Tershawn Morton, the one to get him to the ground on the defensive side. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Butker's kick here is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Kyle Pitts returns to the field along with the rest of this offense for the upcoming series. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing a 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense, kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, the good stuff, you got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. They'll run for it with Algier. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Holding, offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action, the Falcons with the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. Mariota. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. This is taken at the 23. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over. Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a short gain down to about the 33. The Texans on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. On second down, they'll run it here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Texans on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Butker's kick here is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. First and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at the 31-yard line. Gives it to Algier to start things off. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Play fake. Mariota. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Petrie in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. The sack backs him up, so now Mariota in Atlanta dealing with a 3rd and long. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a the first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. It's taken to the 26. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Texans will take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
Got it.
They'll drop to throw. It's caught. Beckham. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. 2nd and 6.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On play action, they'll throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. To throw again on second down. Mariota back to the same target. Campbell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Mariota now to throw on first down. Got a man and he hits him in stride. 4 seconds left and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. Koo knocks this one through the post. And that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville. And it's the Bengals who have the lead in the second quarter. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. From there, we head to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Justin Herbert, 4 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they have the lead over the visiting Buccaneers as that game has gone to halftime. Alvin Kamara, a touchdown run in that first half. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. We're just about set to get back to it. Both teams making their final adjustments, and we'll head back to Atlanta and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 93 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Puts it on the carpet, it's out.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. 1st and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at their own 25-yard line. No gain, and it's 2nd down. They caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Returnable here from the 38. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He completes it to Beckham. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He finds his target, Beckham. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll set up to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
They'll try and run for it. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
They're going to try and run for it, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. And the failure to convert and tie the game, now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high-percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Second down, Mariota. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Campbell. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Algier will try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Mariota. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. A 2nd down throw here for Mariota. That's caught left side, the tight end Pitts. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Throwing, Mariota. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Christian Kirksey. The O-line can't stop him, and he gets the sack. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Throw left side. There's London. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And now out comes Houston. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. 126 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack, down he goes. Arnold Ebiketie able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be Falcon football. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They're going to look to throw.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Anthony Brown.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Following the interception here, Mariota.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Going jet sweep, here's Campbell. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Mariota.
Oh, he's got his tight end Pitts complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Algier going straight ahead.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
Here's Algier again on 2nd down.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Mariota. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though,